Making the Princess Speak, a Grimm's Tale retold. In a kingdom veiled in ancient mists lived a princess of unparalleled beauty. Yet her lips were sealed, her voice a forgotten melody. The king, her father, weary of her silence, made a decree that echoed through the land. He promised her hand in marriage to any man who could coax 3 sentences from her lips. Many tried, lured by the promise of royalty, but all failed, paying dearly for their ambition. Then came Mokoi, a humble soul, daring to challenge fate. The princess was a vision, her eyes like pools reflecting the moon, her hair a cascade of midnight. But her silence was a wall, impenetrable and daunting. The king, desperate for an heir, declared the contest. Speak 3 sentences and claim her as your bride. Failure, however, was met with harsh punishment. Each suitor, upon failing, received a brutal beating, a testament to the king's frustration. Princes adorned in gold, nobles boasting lineage, all stumbled before the princess's stoic gaze. Then arrived Mokoi, a young man of simple means, his clothes bearing the marks of labor. He seemed an unlikely contender, his presence almost comical amidst the grandeur of the court. He paid the princess no mind, his eyes focused on a task of his own. In the courtyard, he began to prepare a meal, his movements clumsy and unrefined. He fumbled with pots and pans, his actions a source of amusement and annoyance to the onlookers. His every move seemed designed to provoke, yet the princess remained unmoved. Mokoi struggled to prop up a heavy cooking pot, the stones beneath it shifting and unstable. He grunted with effort, his face flushed with exertion. The princess, observing his struggle, finally broke her silence. "Find another stone to prop it up," she exclaimed, her voice clear and resonant, like a bell chiming in the wind. Mokoi, without a word, obeyed, his eyes widening slightly at her unexpected command. Next, Mokoi wrestled with the task of lighting a fire, the damp wood refusing to ignite. He blew and puffed, his cheeks red, but the flames remained elusive. The princess, her patience wearing thin, spoke again. "Put the tinder down," she instructed, her tone sharper this time, laced with a hint of impatience. Again, Mokoi silently complied, placing the tinder as she directed, a flicker of understanding in his eyes. Finally, Mokoi attempted to pour tea, his hands trembling, the liquid spilling onto the ground. He cursed under his breath, his frustration evident. The princess, her composure finally cracking, issued her 3rd command. "Put a chopstick in there," she ordered, her voice tinged with exasperation. Mokoi, with a knowing smile, followed her advice, the tea now flowing smoothly, his task complete. The king's officials, who had been meticulously recording every word, scribbled furiously in their ledgers. Mokoi had achieved the impossible. He had coaxed 3 sentences from the princess's lips, fulfilling the king's condition. He had won the contest not through charm or eloquence, but through simple, practical actions. The princess, who had remained silent for so long, had finally found her voice, guided by Mokoi's seemingly foolish endeavors. The king, upon hearing the news, was far from pleased. Mokoi, with his humble appearance and unrefined manners, was not the son-in-law he had envisioned. He had hoped for a prince, a noble, someone worthy of his daughter's hand. But a king's word is his bond. He had made a decree and he was bound to honor it, regardless of his personal feelings. The princess, by speaking those 3 sentences, had sealed her fate. She was to marry Mokoi. This tale, seemingly simple, holds within it layers of meaning. It speaks of the hidden emotions that lie dormant within us, waiting for the right moment to surface. The princess, though silent, was not without feelings. It highlights the power of observation and practicality, qualities often overlooked in favor of superficial charm. Mokoi, though appearing foolish, possessed a keen understanding of human nature and a knack for problem solving. It critiques societal expectations and the tendency to judge based on appearances. The king, blinded by his desire for a noble heir, initially dismissed Mo Koi, failing to see his true worth. Ultimately, it reminds us that appearances can be deceiving, and that true value lies not in wealth or status, but in character and ingenuity. Mo Koi, the humble cook, proved that even the most silent of hearts can be awakened with a little bit of cleverness and a well-placed cooking pot.